Hello everyone, Peter Anthony Fields here, and welcome to the Playwrights Corner. Before I begin, why don't you click the like button down below the screen and the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet. I'd greatly appreciate it. Now, onto the topic of conversation. We're discussing AI and its use in creative writing. When I first became aware of AI, I was very much against it. I felt it had no place whatsoever in anything creative. I felt it was dangerous, but I have my view of AI has changed slightly. It's been modified, it's been adjusted. But I'm not all for AI and I'm not all against it. I just want to avoid making those knee-jerk reactions of saying it's evil and keep it away from everything and never use it. And at the same time, I don't want to be a person who says it's all good, it's all wonderful. I am not don't want to be one of those people either. So there's a balance in the middle where you understand that there are things that can go wrong, or that are ethically or morally wrong uh, with certain uses of AI, and there are things that are good and beneficial and healthy in the use of AI that can help broaden your scope of the work that you do. Now, if you are a person who feels that AI should not exist, it's too late for that because AI is here and we might as well get used to it and accept it. But the key is, once again, how you use it, for good or for bad. Now, I'm not going to get into all the entire scope of AI because that is huge to go through everything that AI is and what it involves and all the different forms it takes in our society and our culture. Um, so we're not going to go through all of that. We're just going to focus on one area, which is creative writing in AI, with AI. First of all, I want to go through the don'ts of AI. What I personally, my own opinion, is that you should not do with AI. You should not write dialogue with AI technology. You should not create characters with AI technology, or the characters' behaviors, their nuances, the character arc should not be created with AI. Nor should the story and the story beats, the story theme, everything that goes into the story, including its arc, the story arc, should not be created with AI. Those are things that belong with the human being who is working on that particular story. Uh, those are things that only a human can understand and appreciate and fully relate to others with those emotional nuances and intellectual nuances and the overall scope of a person's life and what that life means, what life means to that person. Things that AI can be used for in creative writing is what we're already using, a form of AI in the terms of spell checker or or Grammarly, which helps you structure a story, not a story, but a work, not as far as the structure building the story itself, but in proper tense, proper verb usage, proper everything, the proper way to write, to form a sentence. And so I feel that it's okay for AI to be used for that, to clean up rough spots of grammar, incorrect grammar. Um, and that's the way I've been writing my novel that I'm currently writing. Um, I'm utilizing AI for an assist. There are two ways that you can use AI in creative writing: as a creator of the work, or as an assist to the work. Using it as a creator of the work, I'm totally against. That's not a story. That's not an experience from a human being. Maybe the bots can enjoy it amongst themselves, but it's not something that I want to put my name on if I created a story from ground up using AI technology. No. What I do is I create the story and all the beats and all the moods and all the nuances and such. And with the characters, I create the characters, I create the dialogue. What I need an assist with is the prose, the description of buildings or a setting, a particular place in the story. I can give you a rough, yeah, I can give a rough uh, go at it of description, but the AI can enhance it and make it more lyrical and more pleasant to read, more enjoyable experience. And I see nothing wrong with that. Now, there are some out there I know who are hearing this and they say, nope, absolutely not. Not even an assist should you get from AI, because if you do, you're not writing the work. It's being written by something else. Okay, I can see why you would feel that way. I can, because I felt that way before. Um, Before I realized how it can actually help me as a writer. Let me give you a couple of scenarios. Let's say there's a person uh, who has dyslexia and all of the stuff that goes with dyslexia, and interpretation and execution of writing and organization. Um, so let's say this person has dyslexia and they have a beautiful story in their mind that they want to create, a really amazing story, and but they can't focus enough to put the words on paper or on the screen properly, and they're kind of, for lack of a better word, they're kind of clunky with it. And but they have a beautiful story, and anyone who would hear this story would agree that it is an amazing story, and it should be told. And this one person has the passion to tell that particular story, but they are struggling with the skills needed to create the prose the way it should be. Should that person be denied or penalized or outed for using AI as an assist to their work? I don't think so. I think what it does is it opens up the world for other people who may have challenges within them in writing. It'll enable them to get their voice out there. And yes, I said their voice, not the AI's voice, their voice out there, and have them be heard and have them enjoy enjoy the joy of having their work being read by many people, or listened to if it's turned into an audiobook. Um, I think that's where AI is at its best. And furthermore, people with other cognitive disorders, such as myself with Parkinson's disease, where my thought processes are inhibited, and uh, what I what I hear in my head is different from what I hear when I speak it or when I write it. It goes through a system of filters and detours and roadblocks before it comes out of my mouth or out of my pen, onto the screen, out of my fingers onto the computer screen. Um, it goes through a lot of muckety muck, and it comes out sounding and coming across totally differently from what I wanted it to sound. Like everything that I'm saying to you now that I've said in this video didn't sound that way in my head. It sounded differently. It sounded much more articulate, much more. It flowed better the way I conceive of it in my mind. But when it comes out, it's different. And so that's where AI assists me. And I once again I create the dialogue of the characters. I create the situation that they're involved in, and all the beats that go along with it, and all the turning points that play along with it. But when I need the description of the detective's house, I can use AI to do that for me. I can lay down the framework of what I want the house to look like, but it will sound very, to use the word again, clunky. And so I use AI to smoothen it out, which makes it a lot better, a lot easier to convey what I want to say. And it's freeing because it puts me back on track of being the kind of writer that I know that I am. And so there's nothing, in my humble opinion, once again, there's nothing wrong with AI assist in creative writing. There is plenty wrong with AI creator, the AI that creates the story and creates the characters and creates everything about the story that you're reading or listening to or watching. That is not real writing, and it's not human writing. And so I stand against that. And to build on that concept, why would you want to surrender the fun stuff to a computer? The fun is in discovering the story as a human being with your own mind and your own spirit, your own heart. The fun is finding the spirit of the story and running with it, taking it where it takes where your mind takes you, uh, having the characters become real in your own mind and have them talk and have discussions among themselves that you're just dictating, that you're taking dictation for. Hey, here are some things to consider in this discussion. A few years ago, several years ago, Stephen Sondheim did an interview in which he was asked, does he use a rhyming dictionary for his songs? And he admitted, yes, he does. He does use a rhyming dictionary. And I don't think that we think any lesser of him for that. We don't consider him to be an illegitimate songwriter because he uses a rhyming dictionary to assist him in finding the rhymes for his songs. And in the same way, I don't think an author should be considered an illegitimate author because they used AI to assist them in finding the right words and phrases for the presentation of their work. And I think this is especially important to support what I just said in the video just a few minutes ago. I think this is especially important in consideration of writers who have neurological challenges, who are, such as myself, who has Parkinson's, and others who have conditions such as dyslexia. This is AI is a wonderful tool in assisting that author in finding their voice and finding their way of phrasing and expressing themselves through their writings. So that's just some food for thought and something to consider whenever you have this discussion about AI assisted novels, if the author of those novels is legitimate or not. Um, so I would love to hear your comments on this. So write in the comments section down below. Also, don't forget to click like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. So I'm Peter Anthony Fields, and thank you for listening to uh, my argument about the value of AI-assisted works being presented to the public.